Your cruel gods and the Knight of Flowers altogether did me in. No doubt that was a lesson for you, Sir Roderick said. It was. This time my coin will champion Sir Loras. Sir Roderick tried to tie at whiskers that were not there, but before he could frame a rebuke, the serving boy came scurrying up. He laid trenchers of bread before them and filled them with chunks of browned meat off a skewer dripping with hot juice. Another skewer held tiny onions, fire peppers, and fat mushrooms. Sir Roderick said to lustily as the lad ran back to fetch them beer, "My name is Merylon," the singer said, plucking a string on his wood harp. "Doubtless you've heard me play somewhere?" His manner made Catelyn smile. Few wandering singers ever ventured as far north as Winterfell, but she knew his like from her girlhood in River Run. "I fear not," she told him. He drew a plaintive chord with his wood harp. "That is your loss," he said. "Who was the finest singer you've ever heard?" "𝘕𝘉𝘄𝘗𝑚," Sir Roderick answered at once. "Oh, I'm much better than that old stick," Merylon said. "If you have the silver for a song, I'll gladly show you." "I might have a copper or two, but I'd sooner toss it down a well than pay for your howling," Sir Roderick groused. His opinion of singers was well known. Music was a lovely thing for girls, but he could not comprehend why any healthy boy would fill his hand with a harp when he might have had a sword. "Your grandfather has a sour nature," Merylon said to Catelyn. "I meant to do you honor and homage to your beauty. In truth, I was made to sing for kings and high lords." "Oh, I can see that," Catelyn said. "Lord Tully is fond of song, I hear. No doubt you've been to River Run." "Hundreds of times," the singer said airily. "They keep a chamber for me, and the young lord is like a brother." Catelyn smiled, wondering what Edmure would think of that. Another singer had once bedded a girl her brother fancied. He had hated the breed ever since. "And Winterfell?" she asked him. "Have you traveled north?" "Why would I?" Merylon said. "It's all blizzards and bearskins up there, and the stalks know no music but the howling of wolves." Distantly, she was aware of the door banging open at the far end of the room. "Innkeep," a servant's voice called out behind her. "We have horses that want stabling, and my Lord of Lannister requires a room and a hot bath." "Oh gods," Sir Roderick said before Catelyn reached out to silence him, her fingers tightening hard around his forearm. Masha Heddle was bowing and smiling her hideous red smile. I'm sorry, my lord. Truly, we've filled up every room. There were 4 of them, Catelyn saw. An old man in the black of the night's watch, 2 servants, and him standing there small and bold as life. My men will sleep in your stable, and as for myself, well, I do not require a large room, as you can plainly see. He flashed a mocking grin. So long as the fire's warm and the straw reasonably free of fleas, I am a happy man. 𝘕𝘠𝘳𝘠𝘠 was beside herself. Me lord, there's nothing. It's the tyranny. There's no help for it, oh. Tywin Lannister pulled a coin from his purse and flicked it up over his head, caught it, tossed it again. Even across the room where Catelyn sat, the wink of gold was unmistakable. A free rider in a faded blue cloak lurched to his feet.
You're welcome to my room, my lord.
Now there's a clever man, Lannister said as he sent the coin spinning across the room. The free rider snatched it from the air. And a nibble one to boot. The dwarf turned back to 𝘕𝘠𝘠𝘠. You will be able to manage food, I trust? Anything you like, my lord. Anything at all. The innkeep promised. And may he choke on it, Catelyn thought, but it was Bronn she was choking, drowning on his own blood. Lannister glanced at the nearest tables. My men will have whatever you're serving these people. Double portions. We've had a long, hard ride. I'll take a roast fowl, chicken, duck, pigeon, it makes no matter, and send it up a flagon of your best wine. Jordan, you will sup with me? Aye, my lord, I will. The black brother replied. The dwarf had not so much as glanced toward the far end of the room, and Catelyn was thinking how grateful she was for the crowded benches between them, when suddenly Merylon bounded to his feet. My Lord of Lannister, he called out, I would be pleased to entertain you while you eat. Let me sing you the lay of your father's great victory at King's Landing. Nothing would be more likely to ruin my supper, the dwarf said dryly. His mismatched eyes considered the singer briefly, started to move away, and found Catelyn. He looked at her for a moment, puzzled. She turned her face away, but too late. The dwarf was smiling. Lady Stark, what an unexpected pleasure, he said. I was sorry to miss you at Winterfell. Merylon gaped at her. Confusion gave way to jargon as Catelyn rose slowly to her feet. She heard Sir Rodrik curse. If only the man had lingered at the wall, she thought. If only. Lady Stark? 𝘕𝘠𝘠𝘠 said thickly. I was still Catelyn Tully the last time I bedded here, she told the innkeep. She could hear the muttering, feel the eyes upon her. Catelyn glanced around the room at the faces of the knights and sworn swords, and took a deep breath to slow the frantic beating of her heart. Did she dare take the risk? There was no time to think it through, only the moment and the sound of her own voice ringing in her ears. "You in the corner?" she said to an older man she had not noticed until now. "Is that the black bat of the 𝘕𝘓𝘓 I see embroidered on your sugar coat, sir?" The man got to his feet.
"It is, my lady."
"And his lady went a true and honest friend to my father, Lord 𝘕𝘳𝘪𝘴𝘵 of Riverrun?"
"She is,"
the man replied stoutly. Sir Roderick rose quickly and loosened his sword in its scabbard. The dwarf was blinking at them, blank-faced, with puzzlement in his mismatched eyes. "The red stallion was ever a welcome sight in Riverrun," she said to the trio by the fire. "My father counts Jonas Bracken among his oldest and most loyal bannermen." The three men-at-arms exchanged uncertain looks.
"Our lord is honored by his trust,"
one of them said hesitantly.
"I envy your father all these fine friends,"
Lannister quipped. "But I do not quite see the purpose of this, Lady Stark." She ignored him, turning to the large party in blue and gray. They were the heart of the matter. They were more than 20 of them. "I know your sigil as well, the twin towers of Frey. How fares your good lord, sirs?" Their captain rose.
"Lord Welder is well, my lady. He plans to take a new wife on his 90th name day, and has asked your lord father to honor the wedding with his presence."
Tyrion Lannister snickered. That was when Catelyn knew. "This man came a guest into my house, and there conspired to murder my son, a boy of 7. She proclaimed to the room at large, pointing. Sir Roderick moved to her side, his sword in hand. "In the name of King Robert and the good lords you serve, I call upon you to seize him and help me return him to Winterfell to await the king's justice." She did not know what was more satisfying, the sound of a dozen swords drawn as one, or the look on Tyrion Lannister's